Okay, you know the drill. Micro check. Aim check. Music B. Check. Alright, I think we're all set. Alright. Time for that pre-game stretch. No more shrimping. Shrimping not allowed. Oi. 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 That feels good. That feels pretty good. Okay. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Heroes got an awesome stream for you. That's a good one, Lucky. That's a real good one. I like that. Okay. Hello, Ori. Hey, thanks for joining us on the YouTube side of things. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And by the way, everyone. Well, I guess I should do the intro first. Let's do the intro first. Oh, but thank you so much for the 100 biddies, Lucky. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's do this. Let's do this. Hey there, heroes. My name is Hero Girl. I'm your friendly local neighborhood hero tuber, and this is the Daily Grind. This is that time of the day where we come on and where we log in and grind our dailies. Today is August 11th, 2026. It's a Tuesday. Hobbits, isn't it? Hobbits, isn't it? Yep, The Hobbit is released today. So today's actually going to be a release day stream, which means I'm going to get to play a full day of Magic. We'll be doing Final Fantasy 14 tomorrow. Final Fantasy 14, just like, you know. I'm keeping up with it. I'm still keeping up with it, but also, like, you know, when the new Magic stuff is out there. Oh, I got to play the new Magic. Before anything else, real quick, thank you all so much for the 300 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We hit 300 subscribers yesterday. It was awesome. And, like, we actually saw a decent pickup in the metrics, too. Yesterday's YouTube VOD had over 100 views. Good stuff. Alright. So today is the first day of The Hobbit. I don't know that there's any Hobbits in particular that speak to me. But we do have to update the generic Blue of the Month. Let's do that. Then we're going to talk about what we're going to be playing today. Because we're not going to be playing Leader Super Genius as the commander for the deck anymore. The Hobbits. See my cheese question? I did see your cheese question. Did you see my reply to your cheese question? Although I guess for posterity, we'll go ahead and read it off now. So, like, for folks who don't know, I don't do a go live tweet. I do a random posting tweet on Blue Sky. I do that so that way, like, you know, because Blue Sky gives the little live notification anyway, so I figure I'll do something a little more interesting than a go live tweet. I'll just post, like, my usual ramblings or whatever. And I posted about the fact that I've been working on my own nacho cheese. My own stadium-style nacho cheese blend. Not like a blend, but like, you know, mixture or whatever. Homemade nacho cheese. And I'm just having this issue where once it cools down, it coagulates very thickly. My wife thinks that I need to kill the heat a lot sooner, and I think that's probably about it. Straka here asked if I was putting in sodium citrate. Sodium citrate is very commonly used in processed cheese. That's what makes processed cheese so melty. And that is the base of what we're using. I found a block of processed cheese at the store, and I cut out, I think, a good... I pretty much used like half the block of what I have. Can't remember what the actual dosage is. It's like probably like 8 ounces or so. So, the cheese definitely has sodium citrate. It melts very nicely. It's very smooth once it's warm. But I think it's the roux base itself that's causing it to thicken up. So, if we kill off the heat next time, that should work. Don't know what else to suggest, but Godspeed on your cheese quest. Godspeed indeed. We finally started they started putting in store-baked pretzels, like actual fresh out of the bakery pretzels, into the baked goods section of the store that we go to. So it's the first time I found an honest to God's fresh pretzel, barbarian style pretzel, in the wild here. See, and oh buddy, nothing hits like it. So I just need to perfect the cheese style, and then I am sitting on gold. because I love a nice, fresh Bavarian pretzel with stadium-style nacho cheese. That is like, ooh, perfect snack. Perfect snack right there. They're so rare here. They are! They are! I went to a restaurant and I saw that they have the pretzel there, and I tried it. And they brought it out and it was super stale. And I was like, this is stale. And they looked into it. And it's like, oh yeah, the frozen box that we use is expired. Motherfuckers. Motherfuckers. I understand that, you know, I shouldn't be expecting a fresh pretzel from a restaurant, but like, I still felt so fucking betrayed. So fucking betrayed from the fact that they use pre-made pretzels and they just like heat it up in the oven or whatever. It's like, if I wanted to do that, I would just fucking do it myself. I would have a box of frozen pretzels. I demand. 300 subs, and here my channel's only at 278. I mean, Lucky, your channel also has like a very, very popular video. Got like that. You've got that little recording thing that you ripped and posted. So, you know, people are probably expecting that. Anyway, we need to find a new commander here. Right now I'm currently leaning towards Elrond. I think Elrond Moonreader could be pretty fun to play. We'll have to make sure we have our gimmick slots filled with looters and that type of thing. My wife is a big proponent of Bilbo Thief in the Night. It's basically a Dread Arcanist, but also I really don't want to have to spend the Mythic for this right this second, or at least not until I have a better idea of what I would do with Bilbo. Bilbo, like, draws cards if you have stuff in the graveyard already. Elrond can be a draw engine, so, like, I'm going to start modifying things to be a draw engine. And if I remember correctly, I had something like, what, 10 creatures that were, like, flex slot creatures, including this Wall of the Runes. Storm Tamer, Mustling Wanderer, these are Harmonized Trio. These are really good cards to have with their Fairy Overseer could be swapped out. And we'll be doing this a little bit later on. We do that so that way I have a mono blue deck that I can... But we are playing red-green today because we've got red here and we've got green-green. Let's see. What do we have that's like red and green that we can play? I was prepared to play like green-blue. I was prepared to play Galadriel since it is like Hobbits is. Double check a couple of decks real quick. Let's see. This Rith deck is primarily red-green. It's also primarily like Dragon Stompy. This one's always a fun one to run. And there's probably a few cards from the new set that we could put in to like things out. I don't mind that. It'll probably also be like a couple of days, or probably like maybe a day at most. People are working. They're gonna come home and they're gonna get their boosty packs and they're gonna start having fun drafting and stuff like that. You can always play Rydia, enchantments, dragons, or do we go with Balthier and Fran? Balthier. If I don't pronounce it correctly, Fran will literally appear next to me and, I don't know, smack me upside the head, something like that. I think this deck could... So, let's play some Rift? Let's play some Rift. I'm just going to do a quick double check, see if there's anything I need to swap out. Narcomancer, Cariotic good, Rampant Growth good, Druid good, Heirloom is a redraw, Found fine, Rona's fine, Scrap Order good, Culture. Yeah, it looks like all the usual stuff that I want in here. You can take a quick look at the Hobbit set and see what dragons are in there. See, this one's interesting because it's a 5 damage to a creature, and then like just a big dumb idiot, but it's not a card. There is Smog the Magnificent, making treasures. There's also Cavern Dragon. I think we could probably just run this as is. Double check it. Shock, fail, Verge, shock. Yep. Okay. Got the garden as well. Yeah, okay, let's play some Rift today then. Here I was all geared up to play Galadriel, but I guess we're just going with an oldie but goodie. Where'd you go? I always lose track of it. Ah, that's right. There's a couple of interesting cards that are out with the Hobbit as far as like game pieces go. I did make a couple of changes to a couple of different decks. We might switch off if we can clear off some of these dailies. I might switch off of Rith and try out Galadriel again. Not because I made a lot of different changes to Galadriel, but like new format. Who dis? Thalia and the Gitrog monster. Good old, you know, Daxi deck. They get to play an additional land. They get to make ours come to play tapped. First Strike, Death Touch, very potent combination. Kind of fallen off a little bit. We got a Narcomancer, debut, Get Lost. And I can start this off with a Red-White Surveil land. I like that. Let's see. This is non-basic. Coming to play tap. They have black. I don't know that I have to worry about a Dark Writ into Oppressive Agent. Okay. Haywire Might, that's fine. We're not going to be worried about playing... Push. That's another land drop. It's also a fight spell. Doesn't play tapped. What am I doing on the following turn? I think I need to toss that away. That's good later on, but this early... Not quite good enough. Nebelheim Flame can wipe the board with Rith. But next I'm going to be looking at... Environmental Scientists. Just search for a basic land put into their hand. Same reason I was running the Ambitious Farmhand. Except now we have an artifact that does that too. I can actually have Domri plus and fight. No, Domri can minus kill the Haywire Might, but then get whacked by the Environmental Scientist. Don't particularly care for that. This Draconic Debut also does -2 and would make my Dragon cost 2 less. Think about this for a second. We do make Rith cost... Oh wait, Rith already costs 4 mana because of Domri, right. And then I could theoretically like get locked. This will be interesting. We've got quite a few different things. Alright, so important note. Rith has Ward 2. This is not going to stop any of their Source of Plowshares effect, but it might be enough to stop like their Bitter Triumphs. Blood Gas, gotcha. I don't care if this Scientist whacks Domri for a couple. That's fine. Let's see. Let's go ahead and grab Green-White Surveil land. Oh, I meant to grab the Green-White Surveil land. Whoops. Okay. Now we go ahead, tap that up. And then here's Shove Aside. We're going to go ahead and just get rid of the Haywire Might now. Yeah, let's just get rid of the... Actually, no. Let's get rid of the Scientist, I think. Here are the end. Attack him with the Goblin? Like, if Domri eats it because of this, I would be amazed because now we have 2 dragons. They can cast Thalia and Gitrog. But we're also, like, super far ahead. The next dragon spell you cast costs 2. Yep. Okay. So, Risk gone. That's fine. Rith costs 6. We still have dragons for days. If I hit one more land, I could have gotten done. Target creature control fights. I can Draconic Debut. I don't have to worry about doing anything because the opponent has decided that they've just fallen too far behind. Having a giant 5/4 is pretty good. Pretty good, as they say. I don't really like using... I could use Nibelheim of Flame. Have this deal 3 damage, wipe their board. But I like using the Draconic Debut to help set up Rift. I can use this for 3, kill the Haywire Mite. Or even potentially like kill the Bloodghast, actually. They could get the Bloodghast back, but the important thing is that they don't have a 2-power card that can attack through the Anarchomancer. A few different ways you can do that. GG. Alright, let's yap more pap. And then who knows, maybe we'll just try and tweak out the new Elrond deck. Leonardo Cutting Edge. This is the Pride Mate Leonardo, right? Pretty sure it is. Yeah, this is whenever you gain a life, put a counter on Leonardo. This is the Johnny's Pride Mate. So we need to plan accordingly. Mizzy Mortar is pretty good with this. Helen, thank you so much for dropping the redeem. Revel's pretty good. Rhythm, Caryatid, and a fight. Okay. I maybe was supposed to lead upon Ambush, actually. Now that I think about it. Yeah, I was supposed to lead upon Ambush. Whoops. Good news is... this Bushwhack helps a bit. I can go Bushwhack. I can play the Ambush into Bushwhack. And then Caryatid with the Revels. I don't hate that, actually. Yeah, let's go ahead. We'll play that. Run this out. I'm going to grab a Mountain. Oh, wait. No. Shoot. That doesn't turn on the Verge. This will, in fact, just be a Forest until further notice. That's a little off. Hexing Squelcher. I'm going to go Caballetti Revels. I am taking a turn off, but I don't think they're going to be able to pump up Leonardo to 3 times this turn. Hylia is also really good. I might need to actually start ramping up for Overlord Mizzy Mortars then, huh? Oh, whoops. Yep, that's a cat. Wow. Okay. Okay, well, I'm just damn. Okay. That shut me up something bad. Well then. Let's see. Let's start here because we're always going to play the Caryatid. Ooh, free district. Okay. Storm's Wrath is pretty good. Cabaret Revel's really good. It's worth taking the time off for. We do have to deal with the fact that Leonardo is actually just really heckin' big. That's a shame. But if I combine Mizzy Mortars with the... Huh. We should still be able to... We should still be drawing the Wrath. That's also really... I don't know. I still get Rift. I still get Rift next. We'll see what happens. I can Mizzy Mortars first. Yeah. Okay, then. Just, block 03. Yep. Okay, there we go. Storm's Wrath. So we're going to be losing, like, all of our creatures. But it is what it is. Die. Oh well. At least a bunch of that was free. And like we took out two premium cards. That's pretty good. Next turn we can play Rith. We can start rebuilding. No! Witch Enchanter! Stupid Witch Enchanter. Getting rid of my fun. Kami of the Bamboo Groves. Alright. Here's Rith. Pass the turn. Next turn I can trade Kami in for a couple of lands. Play Rhythm of the Wild. Alright. Well, that takes up their entire turn at least. Yep. I also burned 2 Wraths on this. Obliterating Bolt, I'm going to need to deal with that. I need that to deal with other things. Then let's go. Just keep accelerating. Yep, they're going to go ahead. They'll play Halia because that's how they draw a lot of cards. That's how they're going to actually, like, completely reload, I guess. Oh, no. I forgot that he had Sneak. That's such bullshit. Alright, well, at least we can shoot him this time. Weirdly enough, I just need to, like, keep Leonardo off, because Leonardo's the scaling threat. They can draw a bunch of cards with Hylia. Oh, no, they can just blow up the Rhythm of the Wild. I'm crashing out, chat. I'm crashing out just a little bit. Alish Norn. Yep. Okay. Yep. I'm getting completely swarmed here. Having to, like, wipe my entire board. Sucks. I hate seeing. Okay. I guess I could have played the Scrap Gorger and given the Scrap Gorger haste. Oh, they just have Aetherflux Reservoir. Okay. Well, we got fucking ran over. Jesus Christ. I don't think they can get Leonardo to, you know, above 4 famous last words. The Hylia was the real turning point on that, I think. Because Hylia giving herself the soul trigger, right? Okay, like, she comes into play, she gives herself the lifelink, so then anything else comes down, that's 2, and then 3 off of Leonardo. And then additional cats being made before she warps out. That'd have been any other Soul Scissor, we might have been okay. Alright, this is Terra, Herald of Hope. We just gotta kill Terra. As long as Terra's off the board, they can't really do anything other than just be generic deck. So I don't have anything I need to worry about, so just drop the Glory now. Cindercone Smite is not going to make a mana for us. But we have Molten Exhale to help deal with that. Guide of Souls. Alright, deal with the Guide of Souls now. And then I get to play Kami as a land accelerator here. Real question is, how are we going to sequence this next? Because I want to play the Anarchomancer. If we hit another land, that lets us go into the Jade Orb. Otherwise, it might be Jade Orb into Anarchomancer. I think I like that better. But we need to hit a land to make that work. Otherwise, if there's something... Okay, yep, we'll take that. You might have also noticed that this deck is running pretty light on draw power. That's going to be something that I need to address. Oh no, Apparition! Ah, fuck you, Apparition. What did we ever do to you? I can still play Breath out, thanks to an Archomancer. It sucks if like they blink the Apparition, but the Apparition can't hit Rith anyway. Alright, yep. Goodbye, Rith. Well... Fights target creature you don't control. Go ahead, play that. No tax pass turn. They've had 2 pieces of removal so far. That's fine. Honestly, get rid of the Jade Orb is what sucks the most. Oh, yeah. Now Inti can just feel their reanimators. Oh, Croxa. Damn. And they hit a land off that. Well, let's see. They can Croxa next turn for sure because they have 4 cards with Inti card. They've already played land for the turn? Is that how that works? No, have they? Wait, what is this? This isn't reanimated. This is just like straight up Bardu mid-range. What are you doing? No, seriously, what are you doing? Like, why are you even playing Terra at that point? Wait, hold on. Oh, no, I'm thinking of Celis. That's what it was. I'm thinking of Celis. This is, like, more different Alessia is what it is. Okay, I completely misread the matchup. Yep, okay. Yep, Croxa's down. Croxa, we discard a card, whatever. NT can make Croxa. Oh, and there's a Johnny. God damn it. Okay. Oh, hey, that's pretty good. Let's go. Combat 5 in the air. So right now I can do this for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, no, we want to do this for 4. Here we go, looks at you and says, "Stop it, get help." Michael Jordan meme. Pretty much. Alright, so Terra, whenever Terra deals combat damage to a player, they can pay 2 to return a creature power 3 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. Now everything makes sense. That was silly. That was so silly to me. I need to read the cards. Got bailed out by that spiteful banditry, I think. If they attack with Croxa, I absolutely trade Croxa with both of these tokens. Because then they're going to have to, like, eat more of their reanimation targets. Alternatively, I just let the token hit back. It's gonna depend. They get Arena of Glory on Terra. We're both living off the top deck. And I can just, like, 2-turn them with 2 dragons. That might just be better. Like, Crox is hitting me for 9, but I hit them back for 9. If I knock them down from 5 to 8, though, then I'm still cracking back on lethal, and she only has trance on her turn. Yeah, she only has flying on her turn. Whew. Oh, that's right, actually. There's a new Smog Wrath that I should put into this deck. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I wasn't even thinking about that. So we can go ahead and do just a quick tune-up. Johnny, Inti, Cyclist, Spider-Man. Why did I mistake Terra for the Rune Knight? Just because they're both Final Fantasy Mardu commanders? Probably. Opponent has opted to... Then, what is this? Discard a non-land. This represents a fetch, a surveil land that can help me dig. And who knows? Maybe the opponent passing is actually some pretty good play, because what they actually needed was to not do anything. You never know. You just never know. Anyway, let's see. Hobbit is out today. Does a ton of green and blue elf support, which is great for like paper command. It's weird. This is one of those set releases where there's a lot of stuff I'm excited for in paper, because I get to add green blue elves to my Sultai elves deck. My wet elves, as it were. Some of the dwarves I'm actually wanting to get my hands on so I can put them into my Sunforger deck. My Final Fantasy XIV Warrior of Light themed Sunforger deck. Let's see. A couple of the small cards look okay. It's whatever. GG, Terra. And there are a couple of new mono white legends that I can put into like FNAF. Alright, and we get ourselves some booster pack. It's the start of a mastery pass. I only had to pay like $10 because I had gems saved up. That's light up during. I gave this set a quick cursory. Oh, right, that's hold on. I was going to do that thing. I was going to do that thing where I take a look at. Where is it? I'm going to have to art you on. Alright. The pull up. Good all Hobbits. Then. Dude, it was like a wrath, right? Day, Gandalf, Desolation of Smog. 3 damage to each non-dragon creature. Add 4 mana in any combination of colors. Spend this mana only to cast dragon spell. That's one that's worth making now. For real. Oh, Settle the Wreckage reprint. Huh. Okay, neat. The artifact. There was something about making treasures in this set. Yeah, whenever Smog attacks, he deals damage equal to the number of treasures you control to any target. Beginning of your upkeep, you make a treasure. That's not what I would call reliable ramp. And reprints. Cool. Only mountain comes into play tapped unless you control an equipment. Delighted Halfling reprint, very important. That card has affected many, many formats. Radagast. Oh, Radagast. Radagast. The Elven Passage, just like Fatal Passage, but for elves! I don't think there's anything too crazy here. What if we just look up deal damage? Let's see. 5 damage to target creature. Costs less if it's target tapped. Goblino, Improvised Club. Actually, I'm going to just take out the Hobbit command stuff because there's like a ton of reprints in there that we don't really care about. 3 damage to target creature. Destroy target artifact. Wait, destroy target artifact token. Okay, I almost, for a second, I thought we almost had Duplex Part 2. 6 damage, Smog. No. Okay. Okay, we're fine. So we just gotta find, like, room for Desolation of Smog. And I think that's probably in addition to Storm's Wrath, not as a replacement for Storm's Wrath. I do think it is take out Nibelheim Flame, though. Because Nibelheim Flame does a ton of damage, Rith is on board, but sometimes we need these rafts to be dependent of that. That makes sense. The Chandra is here as a finisher, so is Kogla. I think what I want to do is I want to take out Kogla and Chandra. That's actually what we're looking for here. I need like just one additional really good health draw engine. Up the Beanstalk helps with that. The Third Heirloom helps with that. The Garruk's Uprising helps with that. But the 5 power, it could make... It doesn't... I don't want it to be like... Guardian Project style draw. It's probably going to have to be like an exile or a discard draw effect. Typo Freylease is also here. There's Card's Expertise here. Card Foyer is like one of those impulse effects that we use to help draw. To like get ourselves that extra bit of gas. That's the important thing. But I'm looking for some sort of cheap. So it might have to be a discard draw. Maybe it's like a Fenrir, actually. What if I just literally played Fenrir? Use that as like a one-shot draw. I'm gonna have to experiment and see how I feel about that. Wait, nope. Finish crafting. One rare wild card, please. Thank you. Alright. By the way, chat, you know how I've been on that Blood Bowl kick for the past like 3 months now? I asked my husband to pick me up some graph paper, and I'm doing that thing. I'm doing that thing where I've actually drawn out the field, the Blood Bowl field. I've drawn out all the markings and everything, and I'm using that to like make plays. I'm like Coach Klein from The Waterboy. I've got a whole notebook full of plays that I'm working on. Except, you know, you're not going to be as surprised when you see me having a mental breakdown and wearing heels. Oh god, now I want to rewatch that movie. I've got therapy next week, so like maybe what I'll do is I'll pick that as my therapy day movie. I'll come home, we just have like takeout, and then we the thing. Okay, Bolt, Flame Slash, Fire Magic. World Weave is a little slow, but I like the spread of mana here. Looks like I'm on the draw, which is great too. So, nope, I'm on the draw is what it is. Third Heirloom, I would like to play that on curve next turn. We'll go ahead and start setting this up. Third Heirloom can only cast creature spells. It cannot ramp into non-creature spells, so it doesn't help us cast the World Weave. The trade-off is that it lets our Rith... Oh, hey, Bristly Bill. You are a very, very odd include, sir. To go ahead and grab my shock land here so I can develop. Alright, Obliterate Bolt. You like to see that. Alright. We're still a little behind. I can play Jetmir's Garden and then do another thing. The biggest issue is that... Alright, Emerald Medallion. Okay. Nick those. Ah, that's what we love to see. That's what we love. If I go with Marsh Flats... That's 3, 4. I need an untapped land regardless. This is probably what gets me there most reliably. I'm not going to get to play the World Weave right away. Mythweather Pock. That's a pretty good card. And in fact, gets around all of our removals, so don't even pretend that that's an option. Like, Pock is just going to be fucking huge. if we get a chance to kill Pock, it's gonna have to be with a double spell or even like a triple spell. Alright, yep, that's Raphaelos. So, double land. Defense of the Heart? Yeah? I mean... I am so at odds with this card. Like, when it's good, it's good. But, like, when it's bad, it is really, really bad. Okay, Storm's Wrath is cool. Let's go and... Remember, this can't cast non-creatures anyway. Nibelheim Flame. Okay. Let's think about how we want to do this. As soon as they crack the Wooded Foothills, Pock goes up to 9. Pock goes up to 9. So then this has to be... I'm going to use this to grab up Plains because I just don't have a lot to work with here. Pock goes up to 9. Obliterate Bolt, Flame Slash, Fire Magic. Yeah. Yeah, so pop the Fire Magic. Rith is only going to give us, like, one extra creature in the first place. And also, like, our own Rasp will kill our own dragons. So... Yep. Then... Boop. Boop. And oh, hey, look at that. I dealt exact damage, so I don't have to worry about Defense of the Heart proccing right now. Alright, so then again. Okay. So here's Mountain. Raphaelos is kind of a pain. Alright, we're gonna get a second dragon. And now Nibelheim Flame also kills our own dragon. Oh hey! We dodged the Tooth and Nail, that's pretty good. Yep, they're just gonna go ahead and bring all that back. We have him dead in 2 turns. That's the important thing. We have him dead in 2 turns. Oh, and they're hellbent. Okay. With as much mana as they have, it really shouldn't matter. But why take the chance? Deals that damage to each other creature. Yep, so that sets them back. Put out a World Wave just because. Make a new dragon. If nothing else, like... There's gonna be, like, a couple of things that just make this really hard for them to do anything. Like, okay, they've got Scoot Storms. Good job. Also, you'll notice that the defensive heart really didn't do anything. At best, it kept us from, just continuously stacking on dragons, but they're taking 9 a turn. All we really had to do is deal with Pock. And if we really need to, actually, we can even just, like, keep chumping Pock with a dragon, keep killing Raphaelos and whatever else it is they do, and then until Pock has trample. Like, just don't care. Just keep smacking him in the air. Situational cards like this, I like a lot better when you have a lot of built-in card selection to decide whether or not you want to see in this game. I think of that if this was a red-green or a red-blue deck, that could either, like, discard it for a draw effect or scry it away, surveil it away on card selection. I like this a lot better. If you're just kind of playing a straight-up green, rampy, stompy, whatever deck, like, this looks like it was Landfall, actually. In which case, I kind of understand why you're playing Rafellos. Rafellos is a good commander, but I feel like you have better options if you're trying to play Landfall specifically. Mole Man would be a lot better than Rafellos. Rafellos is really good if you pass the interaction check. Like, if Rafellos just gets to stay on the board, then it goes crazy. Otherwise, it does die really stupid easy. And then you're spending your whole turn just playing Rafellos rather than, doing anything meaningful, and then, that's a whole mess. And right there, the Herd Heirloom did pull a lot of its weight. I think we drew, like, what, 3 cards off that? And it helped us cast Rith ahead of curve, what we want. Sometimes it feels pretty limiting with the fact that it doesn't actually help us cast any of our burn spells, but c'est la vie. Alright, this is going to be bad for us depending on how this matchup goes. Drana and Linvala could turn off all of our mana dorks. They're going to be like a Staxy creature deck of some sort. Shove aside, Banditry help us out a lot. Witch Enchanter can do some work. Pilgrim is a keep for me, because now we can go grab a green source, play our mana dork. It's gonna have to be a green source, so it's gonna be Temple Garden. Not ideal. We're missing our red sources to play out the Spiteful Banditry. Yep. Maybe I was supposed to go for the Jet Mirror, actually. Garrick's Uprising. I think that's a good one. I'm gonna have to play this Razegrass Ambush as a land. Oh, they're playing Clerics. Whenever another cleric you control enters, you gain a life. Okay. Alright. Deal more damage to myself. Here's Shove Aside. Here's Uprising. If I need to, I will just, like, straight up bolt myself again. I'll take the 6 straight to the forehead. Rith gives me a redraw. Dracosaur is really good top end. Yeah, they're trying to play this as... you. I was a starting player. Okay, Fanatic's okay. I would love to find that second red. Smothering Tithe. Okay. What am I doing this turn? I'm playing the Cindercone Smite. And then I'm playing the Fanatic of Ronus. You know what? Yeah, I'll pay. Oh, that's right. And then Uprising draws us cards when dragons come to play. I love that. That's good. That helps even. Smothering Tithe is a CEDH card, guys. It is, it's not a card you should be playing in one-on-one. Like, I do just have a ton of mana, so I don't really need to be that worried. Like, if the Fanatic of Ronus gets to untap, it adds 4 to my pool. It lets me play pretty much anything as long as I hit a red source. I'll use this Dragonic debut on something. Wow, okay. Yeah. That's a 4-drop. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses life. This is the next dragon spell I cast. So, like, what if I was to just go 1, 2, 3, 4? 5? Now I get to attack again. I get to draw another card, and I get to pay the 2 to... like, just keep them off. Like, I don't really have anything else to spend my mana, and this is really important for getting that last red source. But also, they just are staring at lethal in the air, so unless they're packing a Wrath, which they might be... Stack 2 blood tokens. Blood Artist doesn't do anything. Bloodcaster has flying. Yeah, all day, buddy. I guess I'm dealing 12, right? Yeah, I'm dealing 12 currently. Blood Artist is kind of obnoxious. Can I Spiteful Banditry here? I'm pretty sure I've got game like either way, but I just want to think about this real quick. Because this is still 5, 9, 13 actually. Yeah, that's 13. I could just do this for style point. Oh, I should have used the Pilgrim. Whoops. Because now that actually might change the math a little bit. Yeah, whoops. That's my bad. I don't think it matters. Okay, it ultimately didn't matter, but, you know, the small things that you gotta remember. Use the Avacyn's Pilgrim, tap it. Maybe use the Obliterating Bolt on the Blood Artist, so that way they don't get the life gain. Attack them regardless. Remove, kill, destroy. All that wonderful stuff. That's why Garrick's Uprising is here. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's very good. Here's a fun trick about Garrick's Uprising, or I guess not a trick, but an interaction to keep in mind. Garrick's Uprising gives your creatures trample, which is normally really good for forcing through damage. But Rith says, at the beginning of your end step, if a creature or planeswalker an opponent controlled was dealt excess damage this turn, you make a dragon. So if your goal is to make dragons, you need to make sure that you are assigning at least one over lethal to a creature that is being blocked by something with trample. Assuming that you didn't just, like, you know, already murderize it with a kill spell. Otherwise, Rith doesn't trigger. Ooh, we get ourselves a free mythic. Bard, King of Dale. Was he not a drunkard? Was he not a drunkard with a prosperous family name? Also, that did clear off all 3 of our dailies. We'll get to play another game or 2 with Rith. Then we could try our hand at finagling with our new mono blue flavor of the month. We can play with some sea salt ice cream. Kingdom Hearts Universe Beyond when? Hopefully never. The Tarrasque. Oh my god, the actual factual Tarrasque. I haven't seen anyone play this card, like, even in the 99 in forever. Haste of War 10, as long as it was cast. Whenever it attacks, fights target creature defending player controls. 9 mana. Ooh, baby. Bolt myself, play the bird. This works out, I think. I think this ramps pretty well. I've got Sagu Wildling, too. They can't answer turn 1 bird. So it's definitely turn 1 bird. And then Sagu into Newfound Adventure, I think. Yeah, because Arena of Glory is not going to come into play unless we have a mountain. Bird taps for white. That plays Rith. They might have, like, Elf? They don't even have Elf. Hot damn. Alright, so then what am I going to do here? I can go Newfound Adventure, grab my thing, play out the fetch land. I don't mind that. I'm not developing my board with Sagu Wild, but that's fine. There's a red source. That's a basic mountain that I don't need. I can still grab this, grab Shockland, Sagu. Let's do that, actually. Kind of makes the surveil not ideal, but look. Opponent done. Opponent has been out-ramped, outscaled. GG, Tarask. GG. I'll say it again. The queue is a lot friendlier to playing your lower power commanders now. You still have to make sure that your decks function. You still have to make sure that your decks aren't dirtling. They're not trying to play CEDH stuff. They're not trying to, you know, overreach themselves, I guess. Well, not overreach themselves. That's not the way I want to put it. You still have to actually, like, build a functional deck. You have to understand what kind of deck you are. You have to be prepared to just play against, like, anything. Like, this is Lady Octopus, Inspired Inventor. Hi, Liv. She's an O2, so we can kill her with a ton of stuff. But if we let her, then things are going to go crazy. Ghost Fire Slice doesn't do enough here. This also is not going to do anything for us, unfortunately. The Abrade is cool. We get to go first. I could go Bloodstained Mire, grab Shockland, Sagu Wildling. Worldweave is good. Flare Cultivation helps. Okay, I've been convinced. Cavern of Souls also makes this pretty tempting. Yeah, go ahead. Grab Shockland. 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 Ow. Ow. Playing all the Shocklands. I'm going to grab Forest. Then we can guarantee play Flare Cultivation if we need to. Yep, there's Liv. Now we go ahead and we drop a Braid. Pray that they don't have a Daze. Next up, we'll play the Flare of Cultivation rather than the Worldweave or the Arcane Signet. Piercing Exile is what we're going to rely on to deal with Liv Part 2. Patchwork Automaton is pretty good. Bushwhack is also see, there's Dragon. I can Signet into brother. Yeah. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and grab Basic Plains and then also Forest. No, Mountain. Yeah. Yeah. Put the Mountain into play. Hold the Plains. And I'm grabbing a Basic Plains because this is a mono blue deck that could be running Harbinger of the Sea. Just like with mono red, if you play against a mono red or a mono blue deck, make sure you have your basics. Aha! Winter Moon! How about that? That's very cute. That's very cute indeed. Alright, so here's our basic. I can now go Worldweave into Pilgrim's Eye. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Let's see. So now we have 8 cards that are not gonna untap. I'll crack this Scalding Tarns. I'll crack that for a basic Mountain. Winter Moon is a card that I typically don't endorse playing, but it works in this deck because of all the artifact synergies. Moon Snare, Crane, Expedition Map. I might even have to use this Bushwhack. Piercing Exile. Woof. Alright, yeah, we... fewer than 4 cards in hand. Yep, that Winter Moon is going to just slow us down enough. Hit a basic land off the top. That's pretty clutch. Because now I can go grab basic here. Tap. Yes. Here's Riff. Frith is down. Now we get to fight. Fight Emery before she gets to do anything. Get to make a big dragon. This is an instant. Deals damage to power equal to target creature or planeswalker field. Dragon. Dragon must be held. I might actually just like double block. Oh, motherfucker. Kappa Cannoneer. Okay. So I double block. They kill Rith, right? And then I've got this 4/4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't get to replay Rith for free. I think I'm taking the 7? Yeah, I'm gonna have to take the 7 here. Which is, you know, wild. Alright, go ahead and untap my Verge. Obliterating Bolt's kind of interesting, because that does help a bit. I can Signet into Piercing Exile. No, I can't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is going to be the minimum. No, I can Arcane Signet. I can Arcane Signet and get rid of the Kappa Cannoneer. Because it's pay 2, get 1 back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 still. Alright. This does make it so that way we just have the ability to do that. Behold a dragon, yes. Target a creature or planeswalker. Behold a dragon. Yep, pay the 4. And like, if they have any way to bounce, return target creature to its owner's hand, fuck. I literally have to leave both of these dragons back. A Burial Grazer is not what I need. Beast Within is what I want. Yeah, I can't attack this turn. I just straight up cannot attack this turn. Because then they just pay the mana, bounce both dragons, or bounce the dragon that I don't attack with. And now it's only as a sorcery, so... Yep. Alright, so now Rith comes down. Mindstone. Yep, that's an 8/8. I just have to block this. I just have to block this and survive. And this Beast Within is what's going to help us out. Now, notably, Lady Octopus doesn't, like, do a whole lot at this point in the game. Yeah. Go ahead and untap the Verge. I can recast Rith 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not going to do a whole lot. So what I need to do now is upkeep Beast Within. Upkeep Beast Within. I can also Obliterate Lady Octopus on the next turn. May cast an artifact spell from your hand, mana value less. They have not a lot they can do otherwise. So, no attacks. End turn. Upkeep. Go ahead, hit the Patchwork Automaton. We're just gonna go ahead and tap this now. Alright, they get the draw. Lady Octopus gets a counter. Pay for the ward cost. This also, like, keeps the 3/3 from attacking this turn, which is also pretty good. Yep. Now, I don't think mana's the bottleneck here, but you never know. Stone. Okay. Stack, draw. Out my graveyard, draw a card. That's... Okay. Next we get to untap the Cavern of Souls. And we get to play a Bolt. That is pretty heckin' good. Yes. World Weave. Trigger, Beseju. Yeah. Yeah. Then let's go ahead and Bolt Lady Octopus. Now we get to make another dragon. Now we're stabilizing. Let's see. This dies? No, this is just excess damage. It's not dies. Oh, but they do have the Inventor's Fair. That's bad for us. That's really bad for us because if they hit the Paradox Engine and then they have any way to, like, get that online. Bad, 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 bad all around. So, like, we need to start, like, turning the corner on this. I will literally obliterate and bolt that 3/3 just so that way we can start swinging. But I also might need to leave the Pilgrim back just in case they hit any sort of haste enabler. Skateboard, Lava Spur Boots are typically cards that are played in a deck like this because they combo very well with Urzatron. Or not Urza, but like... Or not Urzatron, but like Urza himself. We're not out of this yet. But we're doing pretty good. 9 gets reduced down to 4. Maybe it is worth playing the Great Henge, actually. The Henge turns all the mana dorks into redraws. Helps us gain life. It's not like a card that we can play beforehand, but then again, like, it was also a card that just, like, encouraged playing big dumb oh, they have the One Ring! Yep, that would do it. So they're gonna get Fog for the turn. They are just literally going to start taking over the game after this draws them like approximately 1 million cards. Iron Crag. Okay. Dragonic Debut versus Obliterate Bolt. I am actually going to use the Debut, I think. Let's go on. Just in case, right? All right. 13 damage. 13 damage 2 turns in a row. As long as they can't, like, pull any sort of ring loops, right? All right, Candy Trail. That's not going to do it. We're in heart palpitation mode. Like, this is a super, super tight game. We've had to burn through a ton of resources as is. And if they draw, like, a Phyrexian Metamorph, or any very... Mindslaver! Obliterate 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Oh my god. Yep, that's a Fog, alright. Now this is 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker. They can kill one of my dragons. They can tap all of my lands and make it... But... Yep, okay. Yep, so they get to kill a token. They get to waste my burn. They get to play Glorybringer, and then this hits target non-creature and opponent controls. They can exert it, so that way it can't actually kill anything. Okay, that's the extent of what they can do. That's terrifying when they can loop it, because that's basically game over. But they did just, like, effectively Fog and remove another card. And they just drew 3 cards. So, you know, forever bet. I'm surprised they didn't tap my Cavern of Souls, my Verge, though. That would have been, like, a thing at least. They also have the Gilded Lotus. I'm trying so hard, chat. But also, I have no agency right now. Like, we are effectively at the point of the game where we have survived, but we just don't have a fast enough clock. Like, we can hit them for 9. Yep, there's the sewer surveillance cam that they can use to tap down any of our creatures. Reality chip. Yep. Reality chip only really matters. Oh, they might use it on the Glory Bringer then. Might. Aether Spell Bomb. Yep, that's also a problematic card for us. They still have the Gilded Lotus to pay for stuff. They still have the Surveillance. This is gonna suck. Like, a lot. Alright, untap. Fanatic Aronis is cool. So, yes. Like, I have all the mana to do stuff. Oh, hey, Arena of Glory next turn is actually exactly what I wanted. And then, yep, Surveil a Drone, tap down the Glory Bringer. Now they have to spend their 2 mana. They have 1 mana left over. They don't have to... Wait, they didn't... Oh, they fucked up. Now they can't use the Aether Spell Bomb to save Tezzeret. Attack this, draw 2 cards. And it is most important that we get rid of that Tezzeret. Also, we just get another dragon now because the Tezzeret was dealt so much damage. Don't get it twisted, though. We're far from out of the woods here. Because that reality chip can hook on to Live. And then they get to play cards off the top of the deck after drawing all their cards. Like, they just completely reloaded their head. I have the board state, but they, like, have a Psych Rift or something. Fuck. Yep, that's a Frogmite. Reality chip can equip onto the Frogmite. Fabricate. Okay. This lets them search for the Paradox Engine. They get to play the Paradox Engine. And with the One Ring as it is, like, just show me one more spell. Just show me literally one more spell to untap everything. Which you should literally have because you have your commander. Guardian. Okay, yeah, that's enough for me. GG. That's really disappointing. Like, we fought as well as we could, but the One Ring is just an absurd Magic the Gathering card. It is what it is. Oof. Alright, so if we're going to play Elrond... Actually, let me take a look at the Matoya deck real quick. How many of the cards in here are here because of Matoya specific? 1, 2... 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 18, 19. So this is an important reason why you don't necessarily play these A plus B type commanders. First of all, Latoya is lucky that so many of her cards are actually just really decent on their own. Like, you will play an Omen Speaker because it blocks early and it helps you dig towards finding the stuff that you also need. But when you need to play this many, like, specific cards in order to make your commander good, that's usually a bad thing. That's usually a bad thing. It just works out in this case. So with that in mind, how many cards does Elrond have that would make him... I'm going to earmark this wall of runes as one flex slots. So Storm Tamer is actually okay. Yeah, Storm Tamer is interesting because this is an activated ability. And this is whenever you activate an ability of a creature, draw a card. And then it only draws like once per turn. So it's not like Matoya where you can just like chain a whole bunch together, but it should be good enough. Like Mausoleum Wanderer, Harmonized Trio. The Consider Brainstorm Wizard class of a creature, notable. Of a creature. Welcome Sprite. Wasp. Not Malcolm. Activated it. Technically Mastermind. This is 4 mana. We draw 2 cards. Diversion Unit also draws us cards. Barrel does not. Barrel's definitely a flex slot. Wasp is a bit of a flex slot. Shredder and honestly potentially Malcolm. I think Malcolm still does enough on his own. Haven's a flex slot. The Orb and the Cosmos. Sure. Slots. Curiosity. Check. All cool. I have to change up my finishers. So these are the, let's see. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 16, kind of close enough. Active abilities are going to need to stick around anyway, rather than like one-shots. So that should make it a little bit easier. So let's try it, shall we? I want to try leaving the Wasp and Shredder. Barrel has some text here. Oh, yeah, it's just cost less. I say we go all then. So like these are kind of the cards that I'm just kind of including in general. Then what are some fun blue activated abilities? I'm already thinking about the draw discard cards. So let's see. Ghostly Pilferer has discard a card. This creature can't be blocked. So then that's kind of just turns into a loot effect. That could end up being pretty fun. It has Vigilance Prowess and then also the looter effect. Whenever you discard one or more artifacts, you make a Power Stone. Don't know how much I care about that. Boba, there's the actual factual Merfolk Looter. Looking for something else that, like, activated abilities. Maybe just like Scryfish, weirdly enough. You don't really think about like blue and activated abilities. Unctus being able to do this as a sorcery, but for 2 mana, that's just like pay 2 life, draw a card. Nah, that seems a little. We are trying to find things that like would be good. Whenever you activate an ability of a creature, Saddle is that Saddle? You're kidding me. There's no blue card. No, there's like one blue card with sap. Tap any number of other creatures, pill power 3 or greater. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, target instant sorcery gets flashback. If it was saddled, the flashback cost is 0. That's not bad, but like that's definitely actually, hold on. Show me the auras back. It's only once each turn that we do it. Also, Elrond is actually in a much weirder spot than Matoya or later. Because he's a 3/3, he's very boltable. Yeah, that does sound like Hugh Grant, doesn't it? Yeah, this is going to be a bit more of a build project than I initially thought. Activate of a creature. I'm probably like way overthinking this. Alright. Tell you what. Let's hold off on that. I'll do some investigation. And we'll just have fun playing Galadriel for the rest of the stream. There is a new Bant Galadriel that I'm very happy is getting a reprint. I mean, like, it's getting a reprint, therefore it's not exactly new. But, like, I am happy, because otherwise it was only available in the gift box set. And then the reprint has Rebecca Guay art, so it's pretty good. Marikahar Captain. If one or more counters would be put on Army, Goblin, or Orc you control, put that plus many. Ooh, they're having fun with the new Army cards. Okay. Swan Song, Fresh Start. Fresh Start could be good. Merit Lodge helps a little bit. I don't really like lacking the green, though. I'll try it. I'll try it partly because Merit Lodge's Slumber is what makes it good. Like, I can go ahead, play Merit Lodge's Slumber. Ooh, Stalactite Stalker. Okay. I really need to make sure we're digging for here. Nope. Not a land. Instantly punished. Instantly punished. Alright, so they're not descending this turn. That's the good news. Hey! Okay. First things first. We can go ahead, grab a Snow Forest, and that's actually going to be a try as well. Oh, you love seeing that. I love seeing that so much. And then Swan Song could counter something. I'm going to keep my options open, but I am looking to fresh start that commander there. And this creature dies, amass some. Yeah, that's what we want. I could go Forest and then uphold Swan Song. That would definitely be better for Galadriel. But I've got this Elvish Mystic right here that helps with that. Alright, let the silliness begin. That's not a land. Put that back. Scry, reveal. That's a land. Oh, we get the Scry. Not a land. Throw that back. Reveal. No! I wanted to scry some more! No! So, in case you weren't aware, it's a non-deterministic loop, right? You play a snowland, which is a snow permanent. That triggers Merit Lodge's Slumber, so you scry 1. If it's not a land, you can ship it away and take a chance that the next card is going to be a land. If it is, it comes into play. That's a new snow permanent. Merit Lodge's Slumber triggers again. It's non-deterministic. It's non-deterministic, but sometimes you do just randomly get 10 or more snow permanents really fucking fast, and then on your next turn you get to make the Merit Lodge 2020 indestructible. And I'm wondering if my opponent had just like assumed that this was already infinite and was just like, nope and out of here. But nah. I do want to revisit the army deck though, right? Like, one of the game pieces that I am most excited about with the Hobbit is the fact that we have a mass goblins. So now we have a mass orcs, a mass goblins, and a mass zombies. I don't know what it is, but I love the flavor of it. I love having the army of zombies, orc. Enough so that I'm going to be using the... Ooh, Shelob. Alright, this might just be... Okay, so there's two ways to build Shelob. It's either like, you know, every spider that you can grab, including the Spider-Man cards, or it's ramp control and Shelob as your main control piece. Fresh start, good. Mariner, this is too slow though. Hamio, no blue sources. One more time. Still no? I might have to go down to 5 for this. Utter insignificance is okay, but like I don't have any way to dig. Alright, I'll keep this. Ship back Elrond, ship back the Tireless Provisioner. That might be what I... No. Put back the Temple of... Actual. I guess I could hold on to Elrond if I'm willing to... I'm gonna Flare of Cultivation on the first turn, right? I'm gonna Flare of Cultivation on the first turn. So, actually, put back the Verge? This is, like, a little greedy. Strike that. It's quite a bit greedy. And if I get Thoughtseize turn 1, my whole life is ruined. But I'm going to take the gamble. Alright, they went for a Surveil Land first. We're in the clear. Unless they go turn 1 Grief. Alright, so here's Bird. Here's Flare of Cultivation, Sacrifice Bird. We're gonna grab 2 islands. And now, next turn, I get to go Tireless Provisioner. I can go Tireless Provisioner, or I can play I don't mind playing Elrond first. Then we can go Provisioner, Land, Treasure. Yeah, I think that's about right. Play Elrond, and then we can get our Scry value off Elrond too. That's Mana League. I'll leave that on top. Because depending on how this shakes out, I might end up using that... Mana League to protect Galadriel. Utter Insignificance helps a lot. We're just at a massive disadvantage here, having to mulligan 3 times. First one's free, and then 2 more. Yep, okay, so we lose Elrond. That's fine. Here's Tireless Tracker. Go ahead, make the treasure, pass the turn. I don't think I even, like, saved the Provisioner. I think I saved this Mana Leak to save Galadriel. Soul Shadow was like the first card they played, so this could just end up being black-green. Good old rock type shit. I had a Shelob deck when Lord of the Rings came out, and I realized, hey, playing a bunch of underpowered spiders is actually really bad. And it's really bad for the reason that you're playing with a bunch of really crappy spiders. So, since Shelob needs to be on the board in order for the spiders to actually do anything in the first place, you know, there's just no downside. There's no downside to, like, doing anything. Exile 2 cards, draft a spider. That's problematic in the long term. But... okay, what do I need? I need... right. Oh, I need the hedge maze, and I need no covered island. Harmonized Trio. That's a card that could be pretty good. Attacks, pass. I can also play this Primeval Titan next turn now. Ooh, favorite enemy. Note the most prevalent creature type in an opponent's enemy fights a creature you don't control. Ow. Well, I'm not going to be scrying right away, so that's fine. Creature the opponent controls and the type dies. Put a counter on target creature control. Yep. Whenever they kill my elves. Okay, so yeah, this is definitely the correct way to build good old Shelob. See, I can just play out Galadriel. I'm absolutely playing out Galadriel. The question is, like, just whether or not I'm playing out the trio, and I don't think I am. I think I'm holding out this utter insignificance. Cold Steel Heart. Yep, that's fine. I don't mind taking 5 off of the Broodmother. This does mean that I'm in trouble if it gets XX, then fights up to one creature you don't control. Alright, now that's just a 3-3. They bonk each other. They're both gone. 5, 6. Alright, I'm gonna have to play the prime time regardless. I can replay Galadriel though. I'm replaying Galadriel. That's just like not an option. I'm just not allowed to not. Because now we can play Primetime and Harmonized Trio. They can play Shelob. And then, we pray. Crystal Grotto. Okay. So, here's the first thing we're gonna do. Here's Primeval Titan. Primeval Titan is gonna grab us 2 Scrylands. I want Temple of Mystery and also Void. Gonna be Scry away. Nope. Yep, reveal. Nope. If it's not land, we just automatically put it out there. I want another reveal. No attacks, pass turn. Alright, so now we have to live with their top deck. If they draw a fight spell, that's really fucking bad. Yeah, that's really fucking bad. Because now they just, like, get a free primetime food that lets them search for extra lands. Alright, let's see. How much scry do... We're just gonna straight up take 9? Yeah, we're just gonna straight up take... Oh, shit, yeah. I'm just gonna take it. Livecrafter's Bestiary is not gonna help us out. I can harmonize Trio and block, I guess? Like, it's not strictly over, but it's pretty fucking bad. Like, any removal here does it. All right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I would have to literally... Oh, God. Do I have to, like, sacrifice Galadriel to the Shelob? I might need to. That's the only way I get to draw off the bestiary. That doesn't sound right. I can play another creature and try drawing with the harmonized trio. What does that look like? I have to block regardless. This one's more valuable, though. Alright, Psych Rift off the top. That's a land. But unfortunately, not what we get to do right now. That's a Reliquary Tower. That is GG. Okay, props to the opponent. That was a very effective Shelob deck. Much, much better than what you would normally see with Shelob decks. Oh wait, hold on. Midweek Brawl? Midweek Magic is Brawl? Literally just plain Brawl? Get a free rare? Get a free rare? Why am I not doing this? I might do this for tomorrow. Yeah, we'll do that tomorrow. I believe it uses the casual Brawl ban list? Yeah, that has to be right. Yeah, it has to be casual Brawl. So then we could just, like, bully everyone? Alright, chat, we need to think of, like, fun, activated abilities that we can have in our Elrond deck. And it's activated abilities of creatures at that. So, like, Looters are definitely the one. That's a draw 2, discard 1. That's already pretty good. That's selection. But we can do better. Question is just, like, what? Scryfish turning into a Scry 1 draw. Like, how good is the base? How good is base Scryfish? 2 mana 0/3 that blocks early. Like, blocks a Ragavan, which is not irrelevant. From Bellow of the Woods. Trick Serenade to stop Lumra. Gate, Princess Yui, Kami, and Lamwer Elf. This is okay if I have a green to put this in. Throw it back. This is very slow. I'm not doing anything until turn 3. Maybe Princess Yui, like, catches us up pretty fast, but we're already on the draw. I'll get him one more time. Delighted Halfling, that's what we need. Delighted Halfling on turn 1. The racetrack is probably how we Time War. So I could put back the prime time. Princess Yui is, like, reliable. It could be Days. I could see grabbing Days back. Prime time. We'll do it like that. Never mind. Fucking debated. Days is gonna have to eat, like, a cultivate or something. Rivendell comes into play on tap when Princess Yui does. Burgeoning, we don't care about that. This is whenever we play a land. And yeah, you can go ahead and have like another land drop. That's fine. We don't care about that. Alright, so now Rivendell gets to come into play untapped. Got Days here in case they try and go Ice Till Explorer. That's not named with Cavern of Souls. Okay, so now we're gonna re-shock ourselves. Oh, hey, look at that! No attacks, pass turn. They're out of lands, so, yeah. They don't get to do what they want to do, huh? Notably, I don't get to play the racetrack because of the days. So that is some downside. Alright, go ahead. Activate Princess Yui now. They don't... Counterspell and Consult the Stars. Neither of these are lands, so we're going to go ahead and shove those away. Go ahead and reveal off Galadriel. Alright, Primetime came back, I guess. Let's see. I can play Rivendell. I can use that. I can hold up extra Scry. And then... I want to get this racetrack down ASAP. Yeah, let's just go ahead and just like start setting up. Like if you're trying to sandbag lands just for your burgeoning, like search for a creature or land, put it in your hand. They also have just like no lands in the graveyard. They were really counting on that Ice Tail Explorer, huh? Okay, Fabled Passage. That is a land. Nope, not a land. Yay! That's a land. And then, do I actually need the Delighted Halfling up too? I don't think I do. Used to be I would actually just like literally pass the turn because I wanted to win other ways. Very silly. As soon as the Lumra comes down, yeah, you got it, buddy. Let's activate this first. Not a land, not a land. Although I guess I could have kept the Elrond. Oh, Psych Rift. Okay. Cool. Yeah, they get the Cityscape Leveler. That's pretty good. Let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, and they can just like blow up the Utter Insignificance. Currently got 5, 6. Attacks, pass the turn. We're just gonna see what happens, I guess. I can also like filter mana into this Rumble Arena. The real key here is that Cityscape Leveler only does so much damage to us. Target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying, huh? Yep, destroy the Utter Insignificance. So, sack the Utter Insignificance. If I can get the racetrack down. Racetrack is like one of our cards here. Destroy one target non-land. Like, maybe actually what I do is I prime time. Sweet. Nope, nope. Well, I guess I could have kept it again, but like Brainstorm. Ooh, hello. Brainstorm, you say? Don't mind if I do. Jace is interesting too. Put back the forest. I guess I'd find putting back the island for now. Yeah. Then let's go ahead and grab the prime time. Go go ahead and grab our scries. We already have one. Yeah, grab Greyhaven, grab Temple. Yep, now we have just like the land. And also bonk Vivian, because how's the thing that you let happen? They're gonna get to destroy 2 things with this Cityscape Leveler. I have so much mana that I am okay with that. I can replay Galadriel. Oh, no, wait, no, that's right. Unearth is not a cast. Okay, yeah, you get Tifa. Kill the prime time. Yes. Pass. No blocks. I guess I could technically block with Princess Yui. You know what? I'm just gonna leave Kazmina up, I guess. I just, like, have so much to do now. Yeah. Yes. And then I also get... Turn target creature to its owner's hand. Go combat. Attack again. I still Psych Rift. Yeah, you've got Lumra. And to their credit, they do have, like, more mana to do stuff with. I still have Princess Yue as well. Ooh, I like both of those things. The Scry 2 is, like, so much better than Scry 1. Maybe I need to include a Badger Mult up here. I can also just, like, bouncing. How much mana do I have, actually? 1, 2, 3, 4. I have lots. Refill. Force and negation. All. Try one thing. Down the bottom. This is all we do. We just keep trying. Rex Sage is cool, I guess. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know that. Elrond? Elrond's actually really good with Chocobos. Yep. And then I can just, like, block Lumra. Tifa is, like, theoretically a problem. But it really depends on how this goes. Tapped under your control. She's called the moon. Yep. Okay. Yep. They're really trying to go for, like, the Tifa knockout here. See how this goes. I'm pretty well insulated as it is. Alright, so yeah, Lumra attack, Tifa go there. Pass the blocks. Loop, loop, and halfling here. Actually, no. Whoops, I should have done... This is still fine. They can pass priority. I'm still gonna get to Princess Yui here. And then... Other else you control, gain landfall. I could just, like, make... Or though... I don't know. Silly. They're both really good, but I can draw one. It's the opponent's go, so like they're probably holding something really good up. Like, I'll just let this happen. Oh wait, no, I have Jace out. I get to get both. Right, scry one, then draw. Right, I forgot. I could have gotten, like, even more out. Oh well. With Elrond here, it shouldn't be an issue. Like, until they actually... They might hit, like... Return up to 2 target non-land permanents from your graveyard to your hand. Return target lands from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Okay. Yeah, and then Vivian can destroy... my Chocobo track. That's really sad. That is very, very, very sad. Okay. Oh, no, the elixir? Yeah, I'm fine with that. Ooh, Tamio? Fortunately, Tamio's not one. My turn. First things first. Tappa, Tappa, Tappa. Here's Elrond. Elrond triggers. Now we get the scry. Now we get to do the thing. Reveal. Alright. Or token. Hey, it's a land. You get to be the ring bearer. Yep. That's not a land. Deal. Alright, and then I get to... Ooh, Matoya's actually, like, really good right now. I want more stuff to do. Fine. Alright. Try one. Oh, wait, no. Okay. Okay. Here's Matoya. Deal. Decline. Okay. Now we can do this correctly. I should have just, like, shipped this away from the get-go. We need more land. Feel? And? More stuff to do? Yay! More land equals more good. You fucked up. Nope, not a land. Feel? Yay! Look at all these! Look at all these cards! Do I need that right now? I don't think I do. Okay. So we have a ton of cards. This Chocobo can attack Vivian. Is that good enough? Let's pretend that's good enough. They can trade it for the Fenrir. That's good. Because now we have... Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't have enough to Psych Rift. Bad. Think. Think. Alright, well, that's gonna be the case. Just start going. Hey, there we go. We'll just keep going then. Nope. Anything that's not on land just gets drawn. Give me green? That's a hedge maze? Nope. Oh, I'm pretty good with all these choky bows. Oh no, I drew the land. That wasn't quite what I wanted. I've got like 4 mana I can work. Prefer to hold up a gate though, so here's a grazer. I can put this land into play again. Then I can also sacrifice the grazer to this Flare of Cultivation. Yeah, we are just like taking a lot of game actions, aren't we? Yay! Elvish Mariner, pretty cool. Hey, it's a land. Literally, land simulator. Look at our fleet of chocobos! You know what? What if I was... My options open. I can actually... play some stuff? Yeah, I get to go sacrifice the razor. Do this some more. And then, yeah, I'll be I'll be dropping a ton of cards here in a second. And I've got like 5 left. I've got like 5 left. So if I play this Elvish Mariner, which I absolutely should because this is what's going to let me tap down their stuff. Oh, yeah. I could have tapped down... Well, no, I can do that next turn. Thanks to the moon! Oh, my timer's running out. I gotta start doing some stuff. Oh, hey, it's Scoot Swarm! Yay, Scoot Swarm! I should probably start declining here for the sake of time. Alright, let's just go ahead and end the turn, pass the turn. Drop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And have fun with that. I've got the moon. And I've got like so many goddamn chocobos. You don't even know. You don't even know, chat. Like so many game actions. Let's see, what is this? Tap target non-land permanent? Yeah, tap X target non-land permanents. I can tap their Vivian for whatever that's worth.
We adapt to any situation.
They have a regrow. That's pretty cool, I guess. So there's your Strict Serenade. Now you have bird. Sure, yeah, you can have loot. Yeah, you can have all the loot you want. Yep. Actually, no, I don't need to, like, on that. Like, I just get to tap, like, everything they have. And I get to take their lunch money. Like, I have scoot swarms on board. This is, pretty effectively done. Perfectly done. You know, I had so much fun today taking all the game actions. I had so much fun establishing a non-deterministic loop. It really is the best, chat. You should give it a try. Turns out, when you have, like, you know, non-deterministically infinite land drops, you have a way to just, like, keep playing spells to like, keep re-triggering your cards. Like, hey, that is taking game actions and getting to do all the stuff. I don't feel bad for the opponent. I don't feel bad for the opponent. They could have conceded at any point. They saw that I had, you know, a nice little chain here. And also that I was drawing, like, all the stuff. Maybe I could have played that a little bit tighter. But, you know, they decided to sit through that. Especially once I dropped the Scoot Swarms. Once I dropped the Scoot Swarms, that was probably, like, you know, the signal to stop. To, you know, value their time, effectively. I appreciate them letting me loop it out, though. So there's that. Anyway, let's go ahead and wrap things up. Alright, so tomorrow we should be doing Final Fantasy XIV stuff on the second hour, like we usually do. But, like, you know, Magic Monday, and then we also get to have fun with Release Day. We didn't get to see any of the cool new commanders yet. But I don't know. Things work out in time. Alright, chat. We love to pass on the love here. If you know a streamer who's cool, maybe they stream Magic, maybe they stream Final Fantasy XIV, maybe they're queer, maybe they're trans, maybe they're neurodivergent, autistic, that sort of thing. Rather, they just fit the vibes of the stream. Go ahead and hit lead the raid. That'll help let me know that I should go right into them and check them out. Always look for people to raid into as long as they fit the vibe. If you're over on the YouTube side, thank you so much for hanging out. Don't forget to like the stream, subscribe if you haven't already, and tell people about the stream if you think they'll enjoy hanging out. We go ahead and YouTube over here, Baloop. And then over on the Twitch side, we're gonna go ahead and raid on out. See who's currently live. It is